Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about 5 common myths runners seem to believe, or a lot of runners seem to believe, and we'll go through each one and say why they're not necessarily true. So yeah, let's get into it. Number 1, mileage is the only thing that matters when it comes to improving your running performance. This is simply not true. If you were to run just the same pace every single day for 5 miles, that's brilliant, consistent, and you probably will see some improvements. But if you want to improve even more and go even quicker, you need to start adding different types of runs. So you've got tempo runs, interval runs, long runs, short runs, recovery runs, all these different types of runs. If you add them into your routine on a regular basis, instead of just the same pace, same mileage every day, you will see an improvement in your running ability. So yeah, myth number 1, mileage, or the amount you run, is the only thing that matters in increasing your running ability. Myth number 2, you should always stretch before a run. This is kind of true and kind of not. Static stretching is definitely not recommended anymore before a run. It has been in recent years, as I've discussed in recent videos, but nowadays it's not recommended at all, because it increases the chance of you getting injured. As you expand that muscle, whatever static stretch you do, maybe it's hamstring or quad or whatever it is, the contraction of that muscle is actually weakened for a period of time. So the chances are you might get an injury, or at least increase the chance of getting an injury if you do static stretches. Instead, what you should do is a dynamic warm-up or dynamic stretches. These can include toe flicks, bum flicks, hip openers, leg swings, all those kind of things where you're actively moving, usually forward or back or up and down quickly. Gets your heart rate up and gets your body ready to go at its pace, whatever that might be. But yeah, static stretching before a run should not happen at all, really. Myth number 3 is about flexibility. A lot of people believe flexibility is super important for running. Don't get me wrong, it does have its benefits and you do need to be a little flexible, but if you're over flexible, what you miss out on is stability, and that is the most important thing. If you're not flexible at all, yes, you might have an increased chance of injury, but if you're super flexible, the chances are you're not as stable in your muscles and joints as would be perfect for your running performance. So yeah, flexibility is good, but there's no need to overdo it as some people think there is for running. Myth number 4 is a big one. The myth is runners don't need to strength train. I think now a lot more people are starting to realise how important strength training is, including myself, but in recent years there's still now a lot of people think as a runner, if you strength train, you're going to put on a lot of mass, a lot of muscle, and that'll slow you down because you're heavier. The reality is strength training increases the likelihood of you not getting an injury, or decreases the likelihood of you getting an injury, increases the strength in your muscles and joints so you can actually go quicker, and increases your general form or ability to run. So many benefits, especially injury prevention. That's so important to keep you going. So yeah, myth number 4, strength training is not important for running, because it really is. Myth number 5, you have to run every day. This is simply not true. Even the best runners in the world, you look at any best runner in the world, there will be a day, maybe only once every 2 weeks or maybe once a week, especially if you're an amateur runner, where you just don't run at all. This is so important for rest and recovery. Some people think rest and recovery is kind of like overrated or whatever, and you don't need it. It's just simply not true. This is a time where your body can focus directly on rebuilding your muscles, rebuilding, the damage you've done to those muscle fibers through the training week, and they can come back stronger so you can go again. If you miss out on this recovery period, the chances are you've got an increased chance of getting an injury, because you're simply not giving yourself enough time to recover, and you will pay the price for this, whether it's weeks or months or a year down the line. Recovery is so important. Obviously in this recovery period you can choose to just do a complete rest, or you can do active recovery, or you can help it along with the likes of foam rollers, massage guns, just eating well, good protein and all that kind of thing, as I've discussed in a recent video. But yeah, there's 5 myths, guys, a lot of runners seem to believe. I used to believe a lot of them myself. Let me know if you agree with them, if you know anyone that still does them, do you still do them yourself, or if you've got any other myths you could offer as well. But apart from that, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.